Ayo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. Oh my god, it's an exciting day. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally had a Terrifier update up on the page. If you have not seen that video yet, go give it a stinky little watch. And also, thank you for being here with us today. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by the stream. If you're watching this on replay, make sure to like the video, subscribe to this page. That would be pretty dang cool. Would help me out quite a bit, let me tell you. Also, if you're hanging out with us now, make yourself known in the chat. Say some crazy things and things you're excited about regarding horror. I see we already got some Terrifier love out there, which has me very excited. So let's get into this. Let's dive right on in. Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's so wonderful to see all of your smiling faces. I mean, I can't actually see your face, but I can see your profile pictures, and I want to see some good profile pictures today. It's been a while since I had to stop the stream to look at what was going on one of those crazy profile pictures. So let me see something nuts today. I want to see something crazy. Anyways, let's say hi to some wonderful folks who are joining us. We have King Matthew III saying, "What's up? How are you, Jake?" I'm fantastic. My prediction for Scream 7 is that maybe Martha and Mindy get killed off, which gives Chad a new character arc. We've talked about this a few times on the page, and I'm interested. I'm interested to see how that would change the character a little bit. Because my whole thing with Mindy is I feel like she hasn't really fulfilled her Randy arc yet, right? Like, I kind of feel like she's been in this like funk of I don't really know what to do with this character. You know, they're giving me like things that are blatantly wrong about the situation, but she's like cocky and over the top. So I'm just not 100% sure what they're doing with Mindy, and I hope they can get it figured out because that would be nice. That would be awesome. So I'm not 100% on all that, but it would be nice to see something happen with the twins in this movie that works. You know. I want to see, what if Chad gets stabbed, like, instead of 100 times, 200 times and survives? That's my, that's my theory. That's what I got going on right now. No, I'm just messing with you. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, King Matthew III. We greatly appreciate you. Paula Fitzhenry is also hanging out with us, saying, we'll be back. When you come on back, let us know. Let us know what you're excited for in terms of horror. Ooh. Spooky, scary. We, like I said earlier, for those of you who are just joining us, I did post a Terrifier video. It's been a long time, and it was nice. It was fun. It was refreshing. I missed talking about Terrifier. Last October, it was nonstop Terrifier 3 talk around here, and now it's just few and far between when it comes to updates. But a few things have happened this week that made me think, I got to talk about Terrifier this week. I got to make it happen. A few weird little things that came together, and I'm like, I got to get into some of that. Richard J. Skarenki is saying, did you hear about Sinners getting re-released in IMAX? Dude, yes. I believe it's next week during Halloween, if I'm not mistaken. And, like, legitimately, I'm so bummed I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it just on a regular screen, and that was such a mistake. Sinners is such a great movie to see in IMAX. I may have to go. I may have to go and do that. We're seeing this is Madison's pick, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm taking some time off at the top of November, as I always do, and we're going to see Twilight. So that's her pick, but I might force her to see Sinners again with me. That might be fun. Dave Sim is saying stream's about to start. Fuck yeah, let's go, baby. I love the energy, Dave. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hope you're having a great day, brother. Give me Terrifier 4 right meow. I need it right meow in my eyeballs, dog. Stabbed through my skull. That would be great. That would be awesome. Dev Envter saying hello. Dressing as Art the Clown for Halloween. Very nice. Very good choice. I'm Ghostface again because I spent too much money on that damn Ghostface robe, so I'm getting my money's worth out of it, making it happen. Red Hood Venom is saying hi. Hello. Hello, Red Hood Venom. Welcome in. Stony Bones saying hello. What's up, Stony Bones? Are those bones awfully stony today? Let us know down in the chat. Dave is smiling. He just wants to clarify. Oh, I'm smiling, Jake. I love it. I love to see that. That's wonderful. Horror B is saying, hey, all happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, baby. Love to see it. Love middle of the week. It's only downhill from here. You know, that's my little positive vibe check right there. Samantha Robinson is saying, Jake, my sister's cat stole my pillow and my chips. So do you have a new cat hanging out now, Samantha? I know you told us on the last stream that your cat sadly passed away, and I'm really sorry about that. But is this a new cat? I'm just curious. I need updates. I love cats, and I need to know. That made me really sad yesterday. And again, I'm really sorry. My condolences. Is this a new cat? Another cat? How many cats we talking? What's going on here? DJ Plays Favorites also with us. Hi, hello. What's up? Eric from the Bearded Entertainment. Yo, what's up, dude? How's it going? What's up? On my way to Cleveland for our screening, my man. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to make it there tonight, dude, but tell everybody I said hello. And I'm so excited for our 48-hour project to premiere tonight. In Cleveland, which was really exciting. So we made an entire short film in 48 hours. Again, we did it last year. We did it this year as well. And I'm going to be putting it up on YouTube here soon. So members are going to be able to see it early, by the way, which is really fun. And I'm really excited. I'm just really excited for you guys to see it because I think it's a good one. I think it's even better than the one we did last year. But again, go easy on us. This is an entire short film that we wrote, shot, produced, post-production, all of that in 48 hours. And considering that, I think we did a pretty good job. We were also right at the line this time around with time. I think we had like a few more seconds and then we would have been disqualified. So it is a little longer than last time, but I'm proud of it. I think it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, weird little short, man. We got ourselves a little ad here, so here, just skipping that just in case anybody else got that. Who else is with us, though? We got Demi Lore. What's up, Demi? How you doing? Hi, Jake. Cosplaying anyone for Halloween? I'll probably dress up as Ghostface. We're doing a Halloween stream, of course. Come on now. I think it's going to be a tier list stream on Halloween because I think that would be fun. And I'm thinking I'll probably dress up as Ghostface during that. That might be kind of fun. Let us know. So we're doing a secret tier list stream this Friday. If you have seen the thumbnail on it, it's a big old nasty secret as of right now. I don't know what I want to do a tier list for on Halloween, though. I think that would be fun just to be able to talk about a bunch of different horror movies on the holiday. Come on now. But what is the topic? What should, like, just Halloween set horror films, like just ranking a bunch of them? Let me know in the comments if you guys got some good ideas, because that's something I'm thinking about all week. Planning next week, thinking about where we can go next with some of our streams. But it's going to be stream crazy central here for the next couple of weeks. So I'm definitely excited to get into that and some different kinds of streams as well. So Dave is saying, I hope Chad does this. He dies in this movie. He should have died in 5 after getting stabbed, and definitely should have died in 6 after getting stabbed like 20 times. He's no Terminator. But maybe he is. Maybe that's the twist. He's been a cyborg all along. Could you see Mindy being like, my brother, a cyborg? Never would I think that. See, they should totally let me write the next Scream movie. I think I have some good ideas. Jake Boss, a fellow Jake hanging out with us. Dude, Jake, it's been a minute. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm coming for that beard, baby. I'm coming for it. Look at this. You see what's happening right now? I'm coming for that thing, dog. What's up, my friend? How are you? Welcome in. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. That's so funny. Jake Boss and I would go back and forth, and I'd be like, yeah, it must be nice being able to grow a beard, and I just finally decided to pony up and start growing it. I was thinking about Jake Boss the whole time. I'm like, this guy, he thinks he can be a Jake who grows a beard? Not on my watch. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you, man. No, thank you so much for being here. Just being a little jokester. Little silly guy like I am. You're saying I see that it's growing nicely. You know, I'm doing my best, but I appreciate it, dog. Thank you for hanging out with us. Kyle Brandon is saying Joe Flacco, who day baby. I haven't, I used to be kind of on the up with football stuff. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing as to what's going on right now. I know that Joe Flacco's old and still killing it out there, though. And that's pretty cool to me. I'll tell you what, that's pretty sick. Cody's saying, what's up, Jake and Chad? Imagine if Scream 7 is Ghost Tatum, hyping Sid up. Kind of do like what Terrifier 3 did, where you got Brooke screaming at Sienna, but now it's Tatum and her neck's all broken or something. Hyping Sid up as she is hurt, telling her to don't give up. I know it's a long shot, but imagine, though. We just, anything for nostalgic callbacks, right? Scream 7's going to find a way to do it, I think. The Marvel Lord is saying, what's up, Jake? Delivering Amazon packages and listening in. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate it. And good luck. Good luck delivering packages. I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to do that. I want to make a joke so bad. No, but thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate you a ton. That grabber dude. I think this is the grabber from Black Phone. Just fun fact. Be careful. Be careful, everybody. As long as I see something to do with Stu's sister, I'm happy. You'll be happy with Scream 7 if it has something to do with Stu's sister. So you're cool with the family stuff. You're like, I don't care. It's I love when Scream has like family connections to the original. I'm just curious. I'm like, after the last one, I'm just a little sick of it. I feel like we've done it enough times. we can move on to something else. But I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I'm curious. I want to hear all the arguments. Jonathan Exler saying Sinner is just stylized Dusk Till Dawn. Dude, I've heard this I disagree. I disagree so strongly, man. I'm so sorry. The Sinners has got so much more going on. Dusk Till Dawn, it's like a similar setup, but there's like so much commentary on Jim Crow, on just the mentality of groupthink that just none of these things are present in something like Dusk Till Dawn, which, let's be honest, it's a turn your brain off crazy vampire movie, which is fun and I love it. But it's just, they're two different worlds of vampire flicks, even though they have similar setups. I don't know. Like, I guess if you're taking it at face value, Sinners is a similar movie to Dusk Till Dawn, but there's so much more to Sinners, man. It is so much more of a complex film. That's why I feel like it has hit so hard with people. It has so much to say. I honestly, God, think the best moment of the entire film doesn't even involve the vampires. It's the moment where they're performing that song and you're seeing all the different eras of music. Like, that to me is like, oh, that's what Sinners is all about, man. It's about that scene. The vampires are, and people are going to hate this. I know it's all one big metaphor for something, but here's the thing. If you're going to do that, if you're going to do it's all a metaphor for this and that, you still got to make it fun. And Sinners is still absolutely fun. It is still a fun time. It is still a popcorn movie at the end of the day. But if you look deeper, there's something underneath there. You know, there is a deeper thinking element to it, while also being a really fun vampire flick. So for me, it hits all the cylinders of something I want from a modern horror movie. I think it kills. I think it's better than Dusk Till Dawn in every single way. People disagree with that very heavily. I had fights with people on social media who were like, it's just Dusk Till Dawn. And I'm like, no, it's not. What? I don't know. I strongly disagree. I don't know. So much more to that movie than Dusk Till Dawn, in my opinion. Stony Bones is saying, seeing the re-release of Scream 96 tonight, hoping maybe a 7 teaser is attached. If it is, let me know. Let me know, because I'll be really bummed out if I miss that. I'll be so bummed if I don't get to see that teaser early. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Hopefully they release it online if it does drop tonight or this weekend. But I don't know, man. I'm still thinking The Running Man. We're seeing a few third-party sources throw that out there now about that it's probably going to be attached with The Running Man. We're seeing a few other people, not just viewer Anon, say it now online. So I'm definitely speculating we don't get it for another couple weeks here. But that's just my thoughts. Hopefully we get it earlier than that. Nothing will have me more over the moon than something like that. So we'll see. Kyle Brandon is saying, wife and I seeing Halloween 3 on Halloween. Very nice. That's a very good choice. Very good. A great movie for this time of year. There's something about Halloween 3 that I almost feel like it's the most Halloween film. And I don't even know how to explain that. It just feels so like it's spooky season vibes down to its very core. Its elemental properties are scary jack-o'-lantern, orange, green, and purple colors. I don't know, man. It just, everything about that movie screams Halloween to me. Something I want from a good Halloween story. It's a little wacky. It's a little dark. And it's just spooky. Like that, when I think of that word, I think of Halloween 3. Like, it's just, I love it. Everything I want from a good Halloween story thing, whatever, it's all there. So it's great. Jace Crawford is saying, Jake, I left a comment about the Scream trailer before regretting you on yesterday's stream. I saw that. Yes, you so Jace works at a theater. He's told me about this a few times before. And he has actually screened the film Regretting You at his theater already. Now, this is a movie that comes out this Friday. And if you guys saw my latest Scream video, you might know that I've been kind of speculating, hey, maybe there's a Scream trailer that comes attached to that, because it's got McKenna Grace in it. It's got Mason Timms in it. It's got a bunch of different people. that are also in horror movies or literally the upcoming Scream film. It also has, and her name is totally slipping me, Willa Fitzgerald from the Scream TV series. So like it makes sense if they were to put a Scream trailer in front of that. First and foremost, the biggest reason, this was not first and foremost, but the biggest reason is because it's also being distributed by Paramount, which is the same company that distributes the new Scream movies. So I would put that out there as a thought, like, oh, maybe it could be this weekend. Jace has confirmed, no, it is not attached to that film. So if it's not going to be this weekend, it could be with this re-release of Scream 96, maybe. But I feel like just considering all the other things that they've done to market this film so far, I feel like they would have told us that. I feel like there would have been somebody, Kevin Williamson, Nev Campbell, somebody would have came out and said, hey, go see the re-release of Scream. You might get a little treat or something. There would have been something. Like, I remember when they re-released, it was either X or Pearl. I can't remember. It was X. They re-released X in theaters. And at the end, they screened a little teaser for Maxine. It was like the opening sequence, if I'm not mistaken, of Maxine. And it was super exciting. It was really cool. But they also told us about that beforehand. There was a big promotional thing to get people back to the theaters and see a movie they've already seen again. But you get a taste of what's coming next. And I feel like they would have said something if that was the case. But I don't know. What do I know? We'll see what's up. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get it tonight. That would be awesome. Denisha's saying, hey, Jake, what's up, Denisha? Welcome in. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate you a ton. I got to scroll up on the chat here because I am behind, baby. Jake Boss is saying, yes, I know it's been quite a long time since I've joined a live stream, but still watching all the videos. Thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate that. Means a lot for the support. It's been a really fun, spooky season. I'll tell you what, a lot of crazy videos, a lot of crazy updates. We haven't really had too many big horror releases outside of I guess we have. Not stuff that's super big on the page, I guess. Conjuring was a huge release. Black Phone 2, a huge release. And I'm really excited for Shelby Oaks this weekend. I don't know what even to cover this weekend, man. There's so much big stuff. Really excited for Shelby Oaks. Really excited to see that. I've not heard a good review about it yet, which bums me out, but I hope it's good. What else? I'm seeing Dream Eater Thursday night, and I want to put out a public review of that one because I'm just loving everything that's coming out of this horror section company from Eli Roth. So I really want to make a video about that at some point. There's so much going on. Oh, and It Welcome the Dairy premieres on Sunday. So it's chaos right now, and basically until the end of the month. But it's my favorite time of the year. What can I say? It's great stuff. Guitar King is saying, yo, what's up, Jake? Are you really is it Guitar or Gator King? Wait, I just thought about that. Are you the Gator King? King of the Gators? Bow down to the King of the Gators. Mad respect. Love it. What's up, brother? Welcome in. Kyle Gordon is saying, good afternoon, Jake. Excited for Hell House Lineage on Shudder this Halloween. The new Hell House is coming out, which is exciting. I never got a chance to see it in theaters, which really bums me out. But it's going to be on Shudder very soon here. That's another one I definitely want to put out some sort of review for because I'm excited for it. It's a Hell House movie that's not found footage though, which is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of weird to me. I'm like, I'll watch it, but like Hell House is found footage, baby. It almost feels kind of wrong for it to not be found footage. That's wild to me. But I'm still excited. What can I say? Oh, Eric's correcting me, by the way. We had half a second left for the thing. I thought it was like just a couple of seconds. Okay. So we had only half a second left for our short film before we would have been DQ'd. Crazy. Eric, so sorry. I literally just saw that as I'm scrolling around here. Mig on Tiv is a very busy person, drawing some posters for some friends. Can't hang out on the stream. It's all good. We appreciate you for stopping in and saying, hey, thank you. What's up? Craig Thomas Gibson Lovey is saying, hey, Jake, I've got your email saved, so when I finish the Karma screenplay, I'll send it over. Rock on, dog. I appreciate it. Send it my way. Be very cool. Horror B is saying, curious how old Leslie Mocker is, older than Stu or younger. I'm trying to think. I would think younger. I would think younger because they were seniors in high school in Scream, right? Well, I don't know. They're going to probably do something different with Leslie Mocker. The theory that I like the best that I've heard is that it's Stu's biological sister who wasn't like raised with him, kind of vibes. Like she was put up for adoption for whatever reason. There's something wrong with the kids at a young age. That intrigued me a little bit. I'm like, okay, that could be interesting, I guess. I'm not totally against that. But I feel like younger. Like just off the top of my head, I feel like this would be like the younger sister, someone who looks up to Stu. If you're killing in the name of somebody, you know, I feel like it would have to be somebody you're looking up to, and I feel like that would be an easier thing to write with somebody who's a younger sibling versus an older. But again, that's just off the top of my head. What are they going to do with it? No idea. Dev is saying, bro, I still need to watch the second Saw film. I'm so behind. Have you only seen the first one? Oh, Dev, dude. These are good movies. You gotta watch those. They're phenomenal. Oh my God. Especially the first like three. Like the first three are so good. I also really love Saw 6 and Saw X. Like you got to put those on at some point as well. But like, man, that original trilogy is phenomenal. I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you nothing. Jonathan Exler saying it's definitely coming with The Running Man. Just a question of international or domestic rights. Yeah, that is a good point. I think that movie has different release dates for domestic and international. I don't remember what the international release date was off the top of my head, though. I remember Viewer Anon posted something about that. And I'm just like, I never got around to looking it up, but but they do have different dates. They do. There's different things going on with that movie, which is interesting. Just Jess is saying, hello, Jacob. Hello, chat. What's up, Jess? How are you? Welcome in. Are you playing RV there yet with us tonight? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. I'm curious. We're playing a new game over on the gaming channel tonight. A game that is kind of blowing up a little bit right now, and I'm really excited to get into it. It's a game called RV There Yet, and you're driving an RV up like a fucking mountain, essentially, and you're trying not to die. You're trying to get it up there with your friends. It looks very chaotic. It looks very Peak-inspired, if you know the game Peak. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Stop on by. We've had a lot of goofy streams lately, and this one's going to be probably the goofiest one yet, so... Stop on by tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be live over there. It's going to be fun. James Leclerc is saying, yo, Jake, how you doing today? I'm freaking fantastic, man. It's another great day of horror. Got to sip up on some coffee and catch up on horror news. I mean, how could it get better than that, is what I say. I did watch the new Smiling Friends episode this morning, though, with my cup of coffee, and I thought that was very fun. If you have not seen that yet. Loving that show to pieces. Gory Tiger's with us too. What's up? Welcome in. That tiger is awfully gory today. I love it. Dave Primero saying, I think they'll show the Scream trailer when you least expect it, maybe on the showing of Predator Badlands. Here's the thing about that. That's 20th Century Fox, owned by Disney. Disney's very gatekeepy. I don't know. I don't know if they would put it in front of that. There's a chance. There's not a 0% chance, but Disney's very like, we're going to market our movies and not anybody else's. Disney's kind of wild like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's definitely going to be with a Paramount release movie, and we have 2 on the horizon. And it's not, we know from our good buddy Jace that it's not going to be with Regretting You. So I'm just like, I think it kind of has to be The Running Man at this point. But I don't mind. I don't mind that being the case. Running Man's, I think, is going to be a really good movie too. I had some Scream fans put in the comments of one of my videos saying like, I don't want to see that movie, and I'm just like, you like what? You don't want to go see this movie? Like, I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know. Like, you get to see the Scream trailer and you get to see an Edgar Wright movie. I'm like, what? I think that's going to be cool. Give it a try at least. I mean, don't just buy a ticket and watch the trailer and leave. I think, honest to God, I do think this movie is going to be cool. I'm really excited for more Edgar Wright films. I really don't think he's missed. I had some criticisms of his last release, Last Night in Soho, which I just really was not. Twists make or break movies for me, and man, that was one of those twists where I'm like, yeah, saw that coming from a mile away, dude. Like, I would just rather you not have a twist if it's predictable. Like, those are my thoughts on it. I don't know. But I do love, I don't know. Point being, just, this is a great director. It's based off of a Stephen King story, and Glenn Powell's starring in it. He's a Greek god. what's not to like? What's not to like? That's where I want to finish that. Jonathan Exler, thank you for becoming a Ghostface member, my friend. Oh, and this, what was I saying earlier about profile pictures, guys? I was literally saying I want to see some good profiles, and Jonathan is taking the freaking crown on this one right now, baby. He's got Gladys in one of the best jump scares of the year, Conjuring Eat Your Heart Out, baby. Love it. Love it, Jonathan. Not only are you a cool Ghostface member now, but you have the coolest profile picture right now. Love it, Jonathan. Thank you so much for the support, my dude. And you have an AMC A-list pass. That's awesome. It will let you see just the trailer and leave. Well, there you go. Well, see, I can't argue with that. That's actually pretty cool. I have the Regal pass, and that's pretty nice. You can see, like, what's kind of, again, I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm just throwing this out there to my fellow movie fans. What's nice about that is you just have to pay like taxes on tickets. You can get like as many as you want. You just can't see the same movie in the same day multiple times. So you got to pay like 50 cents for a ticket. It's not that bad. You can see as many movies as you want. I think it's like $22 a month. That's pretty good. That's pretty good in my mind. So if you're someone who's crazy like me and you see almost all the horror releases that come to theaters, that one of those for sure is the move. Eli Cortez is also with us. What's up, Eli? How's it going? Thank you so much. You're saying don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this amazing channel. You are too kind, my friend. Thank you for being with us. Welcome in, Eli. Dave is saying, hot take, there's no bad Saw movie. I love John Kramer wearing a backwards hat to DH him. I love the never-ending soap opera, and I love all the Secret Apprentices. I don't think here's what I'll say. There's not a boring Saw movie, and that to me goes a very long way. I think pretty much every franchise that has gone on for 10 movies has at least one snooze fest in there, and for Saw, I think all 10 of them are fucking at least enjoyable. Like Jigsaw is easily my least favorite. Jigsaw is, it feels like a Blumhouse movie and in a bad way. And I know Blumhouse is literally the people with the rights right now, but it feels like a bad Blumhouse take on Saw. And that's what I'm worried Saw 11 is going to become, but fingers crossed it's not. Even that movie has some pretty decent kills, man, and some fun little character moments, even though the characters are insufferable in that movie. Oh man. But even Jigsaw, even Saw at its lowest, in my humble opinion, has some pretty exciting moments that I can't completely get pissed off about. So Dave, I agree. I think that all 10 of those movies are, as a franchise as a whole, I feel like this is one of the better, most consistent franchises out there for sure. Everyone hates Saw 5 too, and I get it, but like, man, Saw 5 has got some crazy kills in it. I don't know. I like Saw 5. That's another one that people get all antsy about, but Saw 5's fun. I liked it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me though. Your mom was no Sharon Stone is saying it's just gonna be a teaser anyways. There'll be a full trailer, probably a second one, and then TV spots. Yeah, what was the Scream 6 teaser? Wasn't it like just them on the subway? That's probably what we're going to get, like 30 seconds to a minute kind of thing. And it's probably just going to be a tease of something that's happening in Scream 7. I agree. But, I will say it would be nice to get a full trailer this early just because we've been so in the dark with this movie. No idea what the hell's happening. So it would be nice to get something. Yurdy G is saying, hell motherfucking yes. What's up, Yurdy G? How's it going, dude? Give us Red Right Hand Part 2 or we ride at dawn. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for hanging out, man. Thank you. Everybody wants more Red Right Hand. It's funny. I'm really trying to get some sort of original project off the ground, but I get this comment at least once a week. Someone wants more Red Right Hand, and I'm like, I really don't know what I would do with that story. I would be open to the idea of doing like a different Scream movie. We did, Red Right Hand was supposed to be such a big deviation from the formula. That was the goal. It was to celebrate Ghostface as a character because we couldn't get Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, or David Arquette, of course, to be in a fan film. So we're like, let's have fun with just the Ghostface character. Let's just see what that would be. I think if I were to do another Scream movie, I would want to do it a little more by the books. Just here's the Scream formula, and let's just find ways to deviate from it, because I feel like we deviated too much in Red Right Hand. But I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't even know what I would do if I got just Scream and here's my own thing. So Maybe one day I'll feel motivated enough to write something like that, but I am currently in the middle of writing like a big original thing. So so this is something I kind of have wanted to talk about for a while, but I have a short film that comes out. It's a 48-hour project. So again, it's nothing crazy, but I'm very proud of it. And that comes out at the end of the month. But I think I'm stepping away from just making movies and stuff for a little while just to focus on YouTube. And I just want to write. I got this little cool script idea. And I kind of just want to write and craft it and kind of do my thing and see what happens. So that's kind of where I'm at with creating stuff lately. I just kind of want to, I want to write a whole full ass script and see where that goes. But more stuff is on the horizon. That's what I'll say. So we're moving. We're certainly moving with it. And I appreciate the love, dude. Horror Paradise is saying, hey, Jake, I think the reception to Stu's return in whatever manner they choose will definitely dictate if this franchise goes the true Halloween 18 approach, aka a direct sequel to the OG. So, with Stu alive. That is the one arena where I would be totally fine with Stu being alive, is if you did a direct sequel to the original. You could just write in that a paramedic got to Stu in time, and the dude's still alive somehow. I would be totally fine with that. You could rewrite history entirely, but for me, if 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all still in the question, then that just overcomplicates things. I would just so much rather have a like that. Like that would work for me. I'm if that's the case, I'm on the Stu train. Let's rock and roll. Let's make it happen, baby. But I don't see how it would. The biggest thing I don't like about the Stu theories is that Stu has been interwoven into every single movie somehow. That's a complicated disaster is what that's a mess. Oh my God. You're going to try to say that Stu was there for all those movies? Like, here's my question to that. Was that ever the intention with, Wes Craven approaching 2 and 3 and 4 and then Radio Silence with 5 and 6? No, like that's going to make things so messy. I feel like that's going to just downgrade all of the sequels just to kind of just basically level any sort of motives any of the other killers had to say that Stu was a part of it all. Like it would just really take away from the individuality of each sequel. And I don't want that. I would vibe with the idea of if Stu was like in prison and we're visiting him like Hannibal Lecter or something for notes on a new Ghostface attack that's happening 30 years later to new characters or something along those lines. Sure. I could get into that. That would be fun. If they do the Halloween 2018 approach, I'm very open to that. But how it stands now, I don't know. I feel like that. I like the individuality of Ghostface. It can be anyone new underneath the mask each time around. That's what keeps me coming back to any new entry, is the fact that it could be another character. So I would hate to deviate from the tried and true Scream formula that much. Like that to me, it's not even Scream anymore. It becomes something else entirely when you do something like that. Awesome Destroyer is saying, you have a beard. I miss the baby face. I'm growing it out. I want a big Gandalf beard. I just want it to go like all the way down. I think that would be fun. I think that would be crazy. But Awesome Destroyer, thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate you a ton. What's up? Let us know what you're excited for in the world of horror. Joe Bad Gret is also with us. Thank you for being a channel member, Joe Bad Gret. I love the Jaws icon. Very nice, very nice. There is never a bad time of year to watch Jaws. I may watch it every summer, but man, sometimes I put it on during Halloween season too. So no arguments, no disagreements there. I'm loving it, Joe Bad Gret. For Misery Gaming is saying, Jake, did you hear the most disastrous thing in the world could be happening? Netflix just sent a bid to buy Warner Bros. This would be the end of a cornerstone of horror if this happens. Yeah, so I'm hearing that Paramount didn't get they put in a second bid on Warner Bros. And that didn't go through, is what I read. And then I was hearing that this is happening. I hope that also doesn't go through. That's just what I'm keeping the hope alive, because man, Netflix, they had to fight Netflix to get the finale of Stranger Things in theaters, and I think that's outrageous. Like, what? And you're also making a big point about Warner Bros. Being such a big contender at the theater. I mean, especially this year. Oh my God, pretty much every horror movie that Warner Bros. Dropped in theaters this year was a major hit. Final Destination, Bloodlines, Weapons, Sinners, Conjuring, Last Rites, which I believe is like the 4th highest grossing horror film of all time, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it like 5th or 4th? Crazy. Warner Bros. Is having an unbelievable year for horror. It's crazy. It would suck to see them get watered down by a streamer that has no interest in releasing their stuff in theaters. But I guess they just have to get bullied into it, I guess, is kind of the deal. Because they did get bullied into releasing the finale for Stranger Things in theaters on New Year's Eve. So that is happening now. It wasn't before, and like someone who was part of the Netflix team or whatever was like, people like watching Netflix on Netflix. And I'm like, okay, but like Stranger Things is crazy cinematic, dude. I would kill to watch an entire season in theaters. I don't know how you would do that with how long each episode is, but oh my God. I mean, Stranger Things for the color palette and the cinematography alone, I would want to do that. So I love it. Davey Deathray is saying, hey, everyone, any new gray hairs, Jake? Not yet, but I'm sure they're coming. If you guys were on the stream yesterday, I was talking about how I had a gray hair that I was just like plucked it out of my face for the first time ever. And I'm just like, oh no, no. Lord. But Davey's a really cool guy, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Davey's hosting a stream not tomorrow, on Friday, going 10 straight hours for charity. How cool is that? So stop on by Davey Deathray's page tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really excited for that stream, dude. And I'm thankful to be a part of it at 8 p.m. Friday night. I keep wanting to say tomorrow, but it is Wednesday. I keep forgetting that. But I'd love to see it, dude. Craig is saying, hey, Jake, are you interested at all in watching Primitive War? Yes, I am very excited for Primitive War. My dad read the book and he hated it, but he said that the movie looks way better. And I think that's really funny. So I have no idea what I'm in for with this one. I have seen The Monkey. I did a review of it earlier this year. I really liked it. It was fun. I don't think it makes my top 10 or anything like that of the year, but I thought it was an insanely fun, very over the top, basically indie Final Destination film that I had a really good time with personally. It's based off of the King's short story, and I think it's a better version of the story too. Which that's kind of a big thing for me. If you can do something that's based off of a book that's better, I'm impressed. I'm hell yeah, rock on. I actually think The Long Walk is in that conversation too, even though I think the book is also very good. I like both. I like both entities, and they are different. I won't say how if you haven't seen them, but they are very different. But both effective in different ways. I actually think I prefer the movie, but it's a toss-up overall. Lots to talk about, lots to break down with that one. Very good film. Jason Carpenter is a lover of The Black Phone too. We went back and forth on Instagram about this recently. Jason, I'm so glad you liked that movie, dude. Thank you for being a channel member, and I'm glad you vibed with that one. So do you like Black Phone 2 more than the original? Because I'm even walking out of the theater, I was like, that was good. That was very good, but I think I like the first one better. That's where, at least where I sit with it. But I mean, it's like this, baby. I mean, it is neck and neck. I think they're very close. I would probably give the original like an 8 out of 10. That was like a 7 out of 10. Like they're both very good, both very solid horror flicks. But I think I like the original one hits on the emotion just a little more for me. So that's my thought. That's my thoughts. What else is going on? Coop is saying, hey, Jake, thoughts on Black Phone 3 and Smile 3 being listed on Production Weekly? Very hype about all those. I kind of like, here's the thing about Black Phone 2. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I won't spoil it, of course, but it feels final again, just like the original Black Phone. It feels like it's an open and shut case. It doesn't feel like they're trying to do any more with it. But at the same time, there is more you could do with it. I did a whole video on this on Monday. But even like I pitched the idea of I pitched a few ideas kind of funneling down to one big thought of, well, they could kind of do a bunch of these movies if they wanted to, with a bunch of different crazy serial killers who still have bones out there somewhere and don't want them dug up. Because that's kind of like their treasure, their prize, you know, that's the one part of them that still exists here on Earth in a really messed up and fucked up way. So I've kind of felt like you could do more with that in terms of like finding other killers, but Blumhouse is so insistent on trying to make the grabber a horror icon. I don't know if you guys have noticed this recently. Just they're like, grabber's gonna be an icon. We're shoving him down your throat. We don't care. This is gonna be like our Terrifier, our Freddy Krueger, and you're gonna like it. That's not to say I don't like the grabber. I worry that there's not too much more story with the fella. You know, this felt like, if this felt final on anything, it definitely felt like the last time we needed to visit him. But maybe they can do a college story, you know, with the kids being at the next phase of their life, and they find some other bodies that he might have messed around with. So definitely excited to see where that franchise goes next. I would love to see a Black Phone 3. That'd be fun. And Smile is a franchise that 100% could go on forever if they really wanted to. I am so down for a Smile 3. Very excited to see where that one goes. And I'm just over the moon about it. I'm over the moon about Smile 3, if I'm being honest. So lots to love with that one for sure. Jake, how do you get off ADHD stimulants? You would think I'm on them, don't you? I am not, believe it or not. I am I am not. I am completely sober right now. I'm very energetic when I talk about horror movies. I feel it flowing through me. I feel the energy going, the feng shui of the room going like this, coursing through my veins. Kelly Stroh-Snyder is saying, happy hump day, Jake and chat. Sorry for being tardy to the party. It's all good. We're just glad you're here now, Kelly. Thank you for being a channel member. Greatly appreciate you, my friend. What's up? What's up? What are you excited for? On this horror hump day of ours that is quite happy. Let me know what you're excited for. I'm excited for Evil Dead Burn. I don't know about you guys, but that little teaser that they posted about the film wrapping had me hyped up. I have no idea what the hell's going on in that little teaser there, but it definitely has me excited, let me tell you. So lots to love and be over the moon about for sure. Jason saying, okay, the OG Black Phone A+ 2 is an A-. Totally fair. It's kind of, I can get with that. You know, I can feel you on that. Black Phone here, Black Phone 2 just here. And it's not like a massive downgrade by any means. If there's one big reason why I think I liked it less, it was just like that emotional stuff didn't quite hit for me. Which kind of bummed me out. I didn't really feel the, you know, oh my God, I want this character to live so bad. I didn't feel that like how I did with the first one. And I know this is a different animal, right? You know, this is a different kind of vibe. This is a different kind of story. But it didn't really deliver the goods with I want to cry over these characters, you know? I wasn't really feeling that with this one. Awesome Destroyer is saying, how would Smile 3 even work? Would it be a sequel to how the second one ended? Because like homegirl Sky Riley would have infected thousands of her fans. What's to become of that? So here's my thing about that, Awesome Destroyer. We've only ever seen the Smile Demon go after one person at a time. I think it could be anybody. It could be one person, anyone at that thing, or a few different characters all at once. You could do a Smile 3 where, let's just say hypothetically, you have 3 different characters who were revolving with subplots around who are all at the Sky Riley concerts, 3 different kinds of characters that have the Smile Demon going after them all at the same time. And all these people are experiencing this at the concert, but we only hone in on a few of those characters who maybe get together and try to figure something out, or try to find a way to stop it. That could be interesting to me. And again, I think that would be an elevation of the concept, because it wouldn't just be focused. You couldn't just jump around to like the thousands of people there. You'd have to hone in on a few people. Or you could just take the simple approach and just one person who was at that concert is now just infected with it. It only went to one other person. And everybody else was like, oh my God, we just watched a pop star die on stage. That's crazy, you know? So I think there's a lot of routes you can go with it. But I do like the idea of, once again, elevating the concept. We just talked about how Scott Derrickson said earlier this week that if you're going to make a sequel to something, it should come with the concept of something that can top what came before, meaning it has to be different, meaning it has to be some sort of different approach. And we saw from Smile 1 to Smile 2 an elevation of the concept. Sosie Bacon's character is a pretty normal, everyday denizen, you know, where then now we're following a pop star, somebody who's larger than life, has millions of dollars, has all these resources, and still can't find a way to beat this thing. That to me is what I loved so much about Smile 2. It was a pretty similar in structure kind of film, except I think it focused a little more on the deception of the creature, which was really cool. The whole idea of, I think this thing is happening right now, but it's not. And, Sky Riley's getting the runaround from this thing. But the most fascinating thing about like just this shift in characters is the fact that you have this character who has millions of dollars, the world by the ass, and she still can't figure out how to stop this thing, completely oblivious to finding a way to get rid of this like essentially grief-stricken parasite. So that to me is how I think you could elevate the concept once again, is just a few people from the concert, not everybody, just a few, who all, end up getting the demon all at the same time, and they have to work together. Maybe they do end up stopping the thing too, somehow, some way. But overall, what I love so much about this franchise is just the chaos of it. Smile 2 just, had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I personally think it's a better film than the original. I think they did find a way to do that. They honed in on just the things that I loved about the original. They just cranked that up to 11. And that to me was maybe my favorite thing about it. So I want to see that happen again somehow with Smile 3, where it's deceptive in nature. People think things are happening, but they're not. That was like the scariest thing about Smile 2 to me. She thinks she's, killing one person, and then it's like her mom or whatever. Fucking Christ, that was scary. So I loved Smile 2, man. I was really blown away by that one. Samantha Robinson is saying, any news on Trick or Treat 2? Nothing, Samantha, which is a major bummer, dude. So Michael Dougherty, who does the first one, of course, he came out maybe like a year or two ago and was like, hey, we're moving forward on Trick or Treat 2. And mind you, he's done this a couple of times. I got a bone to pick with Michael Dougherty, okay? Because I love the original Trick or Treat. I want a sequel so bad. That could be a whole franchise if you really wanted it to be. With the one consistent element being it's on Halloween night and Sam is hungry for some fucking candy. We're just, I don't know, no movement, nothing, no announcements, no idea what's happening with that. Michael Dougherty, if I'm not mistaken, though, was busy doing Godzilla versus Kong stuff. Like, didn't he direct Godzilla King of the Monsters? And I think he's been a producer on those movies, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got other stuff going on, but I want Trick or Treat 2, Samantha. I want that so bad. Would be a lot of fun. Steph 2007 is saying, I just came from the cinema. I watched Tron Ares, and I kind of liked it, kind of didn't. Also, I watched Black Phone 2 last week. Great movie. You're also saying you were bored during Tron Ares. Is the movie really that bad, or is it's because it's my first Tron movie? Because I didn't even know these movies existed until this one. Oops. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've never seen a Tron movie. I know what the concept is, the light cycles and all that fun stuff. I've not one time seen a Tron movie. I really didn't have any interest in this one. Not because it's Tron. It was more so just the fact that it's a Jared Leto vehicle, literally and figuratively. Listen, if Jared Leto's starring in something, I don't know anymore, man. He made Morbius and it was all downhill from there. I feel like everything he's been in since, it's just been like, yikes. Wow. What happened there? I almost wanted to see Tron in theaters for the soundtrack alone. 9 Inch Nails doing the soundtrack for anything, I'm there, but man, Jared Leto in the lead role, big yikes, man. So I was not sure how to feel about that one. I really wasn't sure, but I guess it's boring. I guess I have not heard very good reviews about it from anyone really. So I guess that's a bummer. I guess that's no good. I might have to go to the theater and just check it out myself though, because again, it might be worth it for that 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. I'm going to be honest. Craig is saying, Jake, I put Not Osgood Dude. The Monkey by Osgood was the second adaptation. So there's a short film of the monkey. I have not seen that. There is no other adaptation to my knowledge though of King's short story there though. Josh Idle is saying, while Smile 2 is shot fire and Naomi's acting as a 10 out of 10, the Smile movies are extremely derivative. It follows Truth or Dare, and even The Ring come to mind. They even copied the Truth or Dare ending concept. Yeah, but is Truth or Dare really that as good of a movie as Smile or Smile 2? Like here, if you're going to play in some familiar sandboxes, you got to do it better. And there's an argument to say that Smile and Smile 2 are better than all of those films. I personally, if I had to say what's my favorite of all those movies you just talked about, it's It Follows all day. But there's an argument. There's definitely an argument. Like, I feel like you could argue that Smile and Smile 2 did all those movies better. I don't even know if I agree with that, but I feel like there's a crowd. There's a crowd that would argue that for sure. And I don't completely disagree. I mean, they're scary fucking movies, man. They get under my skin. I love them. I don't need. Yeah, that's my thing about a good movie. I don't need you to reinvent the wheel. I just need you to roll it well. And I feel like that is a really good example of just rolling a wheel well. That is hard to say. Try saying that a few times. But I get it. It's totally pastiche. No one's disagreeing with you on that. But I guess that doesn't bug me if it means we get more movies of concepts and ideas that we like. I especially like movies like that. I love me a good like if you got a crazy visual or insane jump scare that you can throw in there and it works and it I'm down for it. And those movies work for me. I've seen all these movies you've talked about multiple times, and I still came out of Smile and Smile 2 really liking them. I also feel like Smile 2 especially, if it's close to anything, if it's closest to any movie that's ever been made, it's Perfect Blue. If you want to talk about things being pastiche or derivative, dude, I mean, Smile 2 is a live action adaptation of, of Perfect Blue. Go watch that movie and tell me it's like the same thing in a lot of ways. Just throwing some jump scares and shit. But it doesn't bug me. I like that about the film. I like that it's Parker Finn's take on similar ideas. Nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Here's the thing though, if you do a concept and it's way worse than how it's done before, well then yeah, derivative, boring. Where's the fun in that? But if you can still find fun in a concept that's already out there, rock on. I think that's why I'm so intimidated by slashers. That's why I'm so intimidated by making a slasher movie. There's hardly any new original concepts for slashers at this point. Everything is this, but with something else. Just because there's thousands and thousands of slasher movies. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I ever want to do a slasher again. And it's not because I don't like slashers. It's just what new is there to say there? Give me a new concept for a slasher that hasn't been done before. If we can figure that out on this stream, I'll be shocked. That's what I'll say. Mick Ducky is saying Smile could end up being a similar movie to The Sadness. I love this. The Sadness was really cool until that third act. Man, that was great until it wasn't. The Sadness has like the best start to a zombie movie ever, and then it just like it really fell off for me at the I don't know, it pushed it too far. In my Terrifier video today, I just talked about Damien Leone. So he's so worried about making things too mean-spirited in Terrifier. And I feel like he gets right up to that line. He does, like, there's a point like in Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3 where I'm like, Jesus, I don't even know if I can watch this. This is too much. And then something alleviates, there's a reprieve of some sort, where we kind of, okay, we're pulling you out of it, I just watched the opening scene to Terrifier 3 again today. And even that is like, my God. Just blasts you in the face with it. But then you got to think, after that opening scene, we're dropped into Sienna's wholesome little situation that she's gotten herself into at the beginning of that movie. And then it's like, okay, well, this is fun. This is sweet. I love that. That's wonderful. You got to have that. You got to have that pull away from the darkness or it's too much. And I feel like with The Sadness, you just never get that. It's just darkness. It's get darker, 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 more brutal, crazy, and it never lets up. So I do really like The Sadness. The first half of that I think is phenomenal, but I needed that. I needed like something. I needed something else to kind of break the tension. I thought Tron Ares was better than Legacy. Yeah, I haven't seen either of those. I got no opinion. I'm so sorry. I'll have to sit down and watch the Tron movies one of these days though, because I'm curious. They sound like they would be up my alley. I love just sci-fi stuff. It kind of looks like that to me, like computer age technology shit. I'm into that. I know nothing about Tron. I'm so sorry. I'll have to check that out at some point though. Dave is saying, is there any update on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark 2? You know what? There was something. There was something the other day, and I'm not remembering what it was. I feel like they are moving forward with that, though, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, Yeah, I think at the end of last year we got an update that was saying like it was still moving forward. I remember that. Yeah. And we just haven't heard anything about it recently. But to my knowledge, they are still going to make that. That is still going to happen at some point. I wonder what Andre Overdahl is up to. He directed that like one movie. What was it? The Last Voyage of the Demeter. That's what. Yeah, he directed that like a few years ago, and I think he kind of like. Oh yeah, that's what it was. He's directing a Bendy and the Ink Machine movie. I remember. Okay, I remember reading that. Yeah, but I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if he's going to come back and do that instead. That was a hit. You know, he's had some things that weren't hits lately. Maybe he comes back and does that. Who knows? Who knows? Anything could happen. Make a Final Destination freak accident inspired movie. I'm working on one. They're really fun. A Final Destination movie would be fun. I would totally. I feel like you just need like a crazy budget to make a Final Destination movie the right way. I've seen some fan films where they've done some like pretty impressive stuff. But yeah, if I were to make a Final Destination film, I would need millions. I'd need some crazy money up there. When is Chicken Man 2 coming out? I've been waiting, Jake. One day we'll make we'll do something with that. I don't know, Dave. It's so tough because I'll tell you this. It's something I've already said this on streams. In VHS Halloween, there's a segment that pretty much did my idea for what Chicken Man was going to be. I don't want to just completely spell it out, but I'm just like, man, that's a really well done version of that. That's my same idea that I wanted to do with it. Mine would have been a little more even grosser than that short in VHS Halloween, but I wanted to do something along the lines of, you know, Chicken Man, he's a guy he's a tragic villain. He lost his kid. What's he motivated by? He wants to have a kid again. And how does he do that? Well, in really fucked up and unimaginably gross body horror kind of ways. And I wanted to, that's kind of where I wanted to go with it. Ultimately, it was a slasher, but it was also kind of like body horror and, going down some like weird Cronenberg inspiration routes. But I don't know if I can even do it now at this point after that that Halloween short. I feel like in some ways they did the idea but even better. So I'm like, hey, rock on, great stuff. Y'all did a fantastic job with this. So I'm kind of reworking the idea into something else now. I think it's just got to be another thing that doesn't involve kids. Because they did it. It's been done at this point. But yeah, so there's still something coming, something slasher adjacent that I want to do. It's not a full on slasher movie, but I want to do something about a guy who can see ghosts and they make him kill people. So we'll see what else I can do with that at some point, but I don't know. Paula is still here. We appreciate that, Paula. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you. Jake, did you see the amount of liquor I bought for our Halloween party? I posted in the Discord. I have not seen that. That's really funny. Be safe and have fun. That's what I'll say. Wes Carpenter Flicks is saying, whoa, stumbled into the live. Whoa, dude. Be careful. Don't slip on the banana peel. I was trying to make a banana. Whoop. I was trying to make a little banana slip noise and I couldn't do it. But anyways, Wes, thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate you a ton, my dude. Thank you. You have to finish it though. I don't care. They had a similar idea. I need more Chicken Man. Dave really wants it. I don't want to say what I want to do because I still might do it. I don't know. That's what I'll say. It's right there. It's right there in front of you. I've pretty much explained it at this point, but there's something I wanted to get that. I wanted to make it happen if I could. Would be fun. So maybe one day we'll get to it if we can, but we'll see what happens. The other thing too is I kind of want the page to get bigger. Cause I want to be able to, kind of fund like a whole feature of it. And I just, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that on my own. So if we can make that happen, that would be awesome. Would love to do that one day. Just Jess is saying, I really want an Amenti stream, but here I am. Well, I'm going to play some more horror games, I think, next week on the page. We had a few, things pop up, a few ideas. So I think we're going to make that happen here on, over on GullGotha tonight, which is going to be really fun. Yeah, guys, definitely stop on by for that. We're going to be streaming here in like about 3 hours. little less than that, 2.5 hours actually. I'm just looking at the time. And we're going to be playing a new game called RV There Yet, which it looks like a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get into it. So please stop on by for that stream and subscribe to GullGotha. We're going to have some horror game streams happening next week, and we're playing a lot of goofy games this week as well. So we got a stream tonight. We got a stream early tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So a lot of good stuff coming. Definitely stop on by for it. It's going to be pretty dang sick. So that's where we're going live next, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be signing off here in about 30 seconds. But yeah, just want to throw out a few other things that I'm working on. A few other things we're making happen. Is we want to make I really want to make this stream for Davey something big this weekend, so definitely check out Davey Deathray's page and go subscribe to him. Pretty solid stuff. He's got a big stream coming up this Friday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We have a secret stream like early on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's a secret tier list stream, which is going to be cool. So what could it be? You'll find out on Friday. Don't miss that one. And we have Killzone tomorrow night with the Night Watch Zone. We're talking about 5 sequels we believe are better than the original. So stop on by for that conversation. Let us know what sequels you think are better than the original. It's going to be a really fun stream. Definitely stop on by for that. And I think Jess just put the link to GullGotha in the chat. So go check that out. Go click on that little button there and see where it takes you. It's going to be fun, though. Lots of good stuff going up on that page. Guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with us today. I will see you tomorrow night. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.